Yeah, not a whole lot to add from last night. Obviously, disappointing loss. Terrible way to end it in the fourth quarter. Frustrated by it, disappointed in it, but not discouraged. Keep building. We're just going to keep process matters. We're going to keep working towards it, and nothing's changing. We're not changing who we are. We just got to be better at it.
Mike Chappell.
Jeff, with the bye and 4 weeks to go, how are you going to balance player evaluation with trying to win? And you've already said, Bernie's playing left tackle because he needs to, and Will Fry's. But again, do you consider making a change at quarterback? What do you consider with the last month?
No, that's a great question. Yeah, I actually had the conversation this morning. We're going to look at everything, and no position in particular, but everybody, and look and see what we think is going to be best. I told the guys we got a 4-week season, and that's almost a quarter of the season, and it's it's for all the marbles. So we need the best 11 on the field every time, and if we think somebody gives us a better chance to win, let's have those discussions this week. I mean, this is the first time I've had a bye week as a coach, but I would imagine that's what everybody does. I know it's late for us, but we're going to have those conversations. It's really the first time I've had a chance to really kind of breathe with the staff. And so, yeah, Mike, we'll have those conversations and see what we think is going to give us the best opportunity. But it's not about. It won't be about next year evaluation. It'll be about what gives the best chance to win in these Final Four.
It's fair to say that Matt Ryan will be under the microscope as well. Everybody.
I'm not looking at I'm not looking at Matt any different than anybody else. But yeah, we're looking at all of it. We didn't play nearly well enough last night, especially at the end. And so yeah, we're looking at all, and let's see what we can do to get ourselves a chance to win these games.
Thanks, Jeff.
Kevin Bowen.
Hey, Jeff, from the film you watched of Matt earlier this year, do you see the shoulder injury impacting him at all since he's had it?
I don't think so. That'd be a question you'd ask him, in all honesty. I don't get into injuries with players. They tell me they're good to go. I believe them, and I've never questioned anybody. So I haven't asked him if his shoulder's hurting him. I leave that I leave that to the trainers and to him. If he had something, he would tell me. But otherwise, I go as everybody's ready to rip, and that's the way I look at it.
And then any reason for Jelani Woods not playing as much early on in the game? Looked like he played a ton in the fourth quarter, but didn't play as much early on.
Yeah, not really kind of the flow of the game again, man. We're in a 21-19 game at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So felt like, we were trending in the right direction kind of everywhere. Felt like I was disappointed at the end of the first half after the turnover that Gilly got us, not getting 6 there. And then obviously the interception, that ends up giving them 7 or giving them a touchdown at the end. But again, it's 21-19 in the fourth, going in the fourth quarter. So I really wasn't looking at player rotation where it was. I felt like the guys in there were doing what they needed to do, and unfortunately that fell that way for Jelani.
Nate.
Hey Jeff, I was just curious. Last night, your decision to kind of go with 2 right tackles with Matt Pryor and Dennis Kelly kind of trading off. How'd you get to that decision, and why'd you go that direction?
Yeah, I think sometimes it makes it harder for rushers to get, kind of pinpoint what you do. And I thought both of them played well and did what they needed to do. But, I think from a rushing standpoint, no different than when an offensive lineman has to face multiple rushers. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to get some rotation in there. And so, they do things a little bit differently. So it gives you a little different look. Thought the line, blocked those guys pretty well up front. And, they kind of met the challenge that I had asked them to meet. But yeah, I thought both Matt and Dennis did a good job out there.
James Boyd.
Jeff, you mentioned last night that you decided to go with Nick Foles at QB2 because of experience, 2-minute drill, those types of things. Is that something that was just unique to last night, or is it something you could see moving forward? And number 2, how have you just talked to him about his role in this team? Because, this year he's probably been through as much as anybody when it comes to just, up QB3, QB2, maybe not, what he wants to do, quite frankly.
Yeah, no, I talked to him about it last week when I told he and Sam both the direction I was going and kind of why. And I told him, listen, if your number's called, our offense can't miss a beat, right? We wanted to push the tempo, we wanted to move the ball against Dallas. Felt like that would give us an advantage to keep them kind of in the personnel groups they were in, and so we wanted to do a little more of that. And I felt like his experience, if something were to happen to Matt, would give us the best chance to win. And so that was really where it was. Again, we're going to look at everything this week, and as far as will it stay that way, and it's been tough on those guys. Listen, man, it's been tough on everybody. And you would love to say that, one room, it matters more. It doesn't. Everybody's been moved in position, moved up, moved down, whatever it is part of this business. And we got to find a way to get the best 11 and their backups, ready to play. And that's what we're doing.
Joel Erickson.
Jeff, with Isaiah Rodgers coming up with that almost pick, did you consider challenging that at all? And what went into the decision to not throw the flag?
Yeah, so I was actually in communication with the referee on the sideline and upstairs, and had conversations with it, and it had clearly hit the ground. They weren't going to turn it. They weren't going to overturn it. And so, I had the conversation. I actually had the flag in my hand, and they're pretty good. The referees are pretty good about saying, hey, it's being reviewed, and it's not going to get changed. And so there was no reason to waste a timeout or waste a challenge. And upstairs, George had done a good job of telling me, hey, it's on the ground. You can see the ball clearly touching the turf. They're not going to overturn this one. So no reason to waste a challenge or a timeout there.